Pop quiz. Who was the first Giants opponent at Pacific Bell Park? Who hit the first home run at the park? Who hit the first splash hit? Okay. Now tell me what the answers are if you include the exhibition games.
Welcome to 25 years of history and trivia at Oracle Park. Even the most basic trivia pages about Oracle Park will tell you that it officially debuted as Pacific Bell Park on April 11th of 2000. The Giants' first opponent was the LA Dodgers, of course, and the Dodgers won 6-5. And it was Dodgers shortstop Kevin Elster who had the stadium's first home run. The 35-year-old shortstop had 3 home runs in the park's opening day alone, which made up 3 of his total 88 career home runs, which took over 13 years. That's bonkers. The first Giants home run was a nearly 500-foot shot by Barry Bonds off of Chan Ho Park in the 3rd inning, but it was not a splash hit. The park's first pitch was thrown, appropriately, by Giants pitcher Kirk Reeder. Nicknamed Woody, he was one of the most popular guys on the team of that era. And the first regular season umpire was Ed Montague.
Now, before you tell me that who an umpire is pretty useless trivia, let me tell you about Ed Montague. He was born right here in San Francisco. His father was a scout for the New York Giants, and he was the one who signed Willie Mays. And he attended both the openings of Seal Stadium and Candlestick. He seems like a pretty fitting guy to umpire the first game of Pac Bell Park.
As mentioned, the Giants did not win that first game. In fact, they ended up getting swept by the Dodgers in the first series, and then by the Diamondbacks in a short 2-game series in that homestand. In fact, they would not get their first win at Pacific Bell Park until April 29th. That sounds bad, but that actually took only 7 home games to reach, thanks to a pair of long road trips early in the year. They would finally get a win against the Montreal Expos. Having a 6-game home losing streak to start the year is crazy when you think about the context of that 2000 team. They won 97 games and the division title, and had 55 wins against 26 total losses overall at home on the year. But as long as the Giants waited for their first win, they waited even longer for their first official splash hit, which came on May 1st, and of course it was by Barry Bonds. Bonds was the only Giant to hit a ball in the drink in that entire first season. So, who was the first opposing player to do it? Of course, it was a Dodger. Todd Hundley hit the first visiting home run into McCovey Cove officially on June 30th. Now, I keep saying officially because there were some unofficial games before April 11th. The usual preseason exhibition games after spring training, which was kind of like a good test run for the entire stadium. But unlike every other year, it was decided that the usual preseason Bay Bridge series against the A's just would not be good enough for opening this brand new park. I am sure that did not rankle any athletics fans back then. So if the Giants weren't going to play the Dodgers or the A's, who would be a fitting opponent for those early games?
Okay, look, I know this filter wouldn't have existed in 1999, but if you aren't going to have the Dodgers, you aren't going to have the A's. This is as good a way as any to try to find a good team for the Giants to face for the first game at Oracle Park. So let's see, who should it be? Yeah, not with their curse. Come on, give me a good one. The Replacements? No. Please, they're just jealous that we didn't move there. Come on. Yeah, oh man, revenge for 97. Oh, we didn't care. Yeah, we just rub it in their faces we didn't move there. Try again. They just won the World Series. We used to share a city. We even used to share a stadium. There's a lot of history there. I think we've got a good pick here.
And so before the season started on April 1st, the Giants and Yankees played an exhibition game. This game featured 2 home runs that hit water. Barry Bonds, of course, hit one for the Giants, and for the Yankees, Jorge Posada hit one into the Cove. And so, if you think the New York Yankees were a perfect first-time unofficial visitor to Pacific Bell Park, April Fools, No, the Yankees really did play on April 1st, 2000 against the Giants, but there was one other team that visited before them.
So if not the Yankees, then who the heck else is there to play? I mean, please, they just moved to the National League like 2 years beforehand. There's no history. Why would the Giants even want to play these guys? Bud Selig.
Right. The Brewers were Commissioner Bud Selig's team. I mean, when Selig was given the permanent commissioner title, he totally gave up his ownership to his daughter, and definitely no longer had a hand in team dealings, and absolutely did not set a template for future people in roles of power to do this to avoid rules about conflict of interest. Right? So that's how the Giants season of first started. And of course, it ended with another first. The first time the Giants led the majors in wins in the Pacific Ballpark era, with a record of 97-65. It was just the second time the team had done it in San Francisco, with the first coming in 1962.
So, for what I'm sure were for perfectly good business reasons, the Milwaukee Brewers were the first visiting team at Pacific Ballpark. On March 31st, 2000, they played an exhibition game, and the Giants won 8-3. There were no home runs hit during that game, so Barry Bonds still has the first splash hit, while Jorge Posada was the first road player to ever hit water. Unofficially, of course.